Good night, everyone. I'm Patsy Ayala. I'm the field representative for Assemblyman Wilk. And today, thank you for the invitation, Alan, and happy birthday. I have you on my Facebook. So I see birthday for important people in our community, and you're one of them. Thank you for having me here. And I am here today to give you an update of what's going on with the Assembly, with our Assemblyman. It has been an incredible year, very busy. He has been working in many issues. He has many bills, and many bills were on the governor's desk. Some of them were from our Assemblyman. And Alan was asking me to share with you some of the important bills. We have AB 85. So this is regarding to open meetings for the High-Speed Rail Authority. As you know, our Assemblyman is always advocating for the good things in our state, and one of them is not the high-speed rail. Let's put it that way. The government is using dollars that could be used in other things like water or transportation, infrastructure, and they are allocating these funds for the high-speed rail. Unfortunately, some of the routes, tentative routes, will be passing in this area, and one in particular going parallel to the Freeway 14 will affect a lot our area, especially San Canyon, and we don't know also the impact that will have on real estate. So there are many issues. There are the schools, there's a church over there, and it's not only our area. If you see also San Fernando, that route is crossing in the middle of San Fernando, dividing the city in two, and so it's not only for us. I mean, it's not the best option for other areas in California. So they have, putting it simple, they have these meetings that are closed door. And Assemblyman Wilk is always looking for transparency in government, and that's why he proposed this bill to have transparency, meaning having open meetings for the public. Of course, this makes sense, and the Senate passed the bill. Well, they all, the majority voted yes, this should be a go. The same on the Assembly before, but at the time it arrived to the governor's desk, it happened what, I mean, we were hoping for the best of the state, but he didn't sign it. So there's one more example of how governor can cut the transparency of the things that should be obvious and open to the people of California. And on that note, we also have AB 951 that refers to the Santa Clarita Sanitation District, and that was a win bill for the state of California, because that's a bill that our Assemblyman proposed for having the meetings that affects our region close around 50 miles, not that far, like because they were before in Whittier. So in the case we were discussing sanitation district issues. Those meetings, the proposal was that to have them here. And so that's a bill that passed. And now the regular meetings are going to be here. And I think it's better when you are impacting communities that you have the population, any citizen that want to join and listen of what's going on, like you, that you are concerned people about your community, or only you want to know, to have, it would not be the same if you know the meeting, probably you're interested in the issue. We understand there's people that have work to do, things to do, family, and it's not the same when you need to go 1.5 hours or to Whittier, other place. So that's another transparency bill that worked, and we're very happy. That was a huge winning for a better government in California, and he's always fighting for that in Sacramento. I have another interesting bill. When I saw it, for me, it was too obvious, but at the same time, it was like, why nobody think like that before? So our Assemblyman realized they were the people that is driving their motorcycles, they look so cool. But they look so cool even with the helmet when they get stopped with from a police. They didn't have to put the helmet out to see if they are the person they say they are in the driver license. So he did a bill to be sure, so they need to remove the helmet, see who they are, because, that you don't know, or you don't know if it's somebody that the justice is looking. So that's another good bill, too. And also, I want to share, since I was talking before about the high-speed rail, our assemblyman was one of the 4 members to write a letter to the high-speed rail authorities about urging the Speaker Tony Atkins to release the documents, to subpoena documents from the high-speed rail authority, because there was a story, in case you're not aware, at LA Times telling that they have a lot of information they didn't share with legislators, and since they realized that, it's like, hey, we would like to see those documents and what's going on. And that goes along with the transparency, since they have the closed meetings. This is like an effect from that we don't know exactly what's happening there, or some of the documents. So they were sharing that, and authority came forward with the accurate information that illustrates the project. And with that said, now that they found out those documents, well, it was not a surprise, but now there's a proof. The project will be over budget, and it will be delayed. And at this point, when you are not even started to make the project, and if at this point we are delayed, can you imagine in the following phases that is going to cost more? So who do you think is going to pay that? All of us. Because this project, at the beginning, it was supposed to be around in the $30 million, and now it's tripled the value of that. There's no private company interested in investing with the government of California. Also, they were counting on the beginning with the federal government to invest, and until now they say no. So there's only California money. That means our taxes, our pockets will be helping that project. And if that project goes longer, we're going to be paying that project longer, as so it is right now. And in another other thing is that our assemblyman also attended to a joint committee of the arts. It was a hearing for this committee, and it was discussed the lack of school districts compliant to the education code as it relates to arts education. Art does more than bring deep and nice things to our life, but it has been proven the arts education improves academic performance. So that's why he was attending and putting his comments over there, how important is the art for our kids. Also, our assemblyman attended to the recent sub-4 budget informational hearing, where the committee reviewed California's film and television tax credit. Last year, he had a bill about the film tax credit, to have those credits for the film industry, so they can stay trying to look for those companies to stay in California, because California has a tradition of the film industry, and it's so sad when you see, because of the taxes and the some of the Trump's paperwork and laws that we have, and that are not friendly for some of the companies, in this particular case for the film industry. It's so sad to see companies going out, and not only losing the companies, losing the jobs and the providers. There are many things involved. So Scott was able to advocate on behalf of the film industry in Santa Clarita, and review some encouraging news regarding the status of credit. Also, he put together, that was not only fun, because film industry is fun, But it's an industry that gives jobs to many Californians and he did this tour with some other assembly members to show them the importance and how our district is affected or is also being, we have some benefits from having all these jobs and companies here in our district. And there is still work to be done. And definitely Assemblyman Wilk is committed to keeping the film industry at top priority. And other thing, I think, how much time do I have? Yes. There's so many things to do. Yeah, well, I didn't want to bring you all the bills from the year, but I think it was worth to share some of the highlights. And I'm going to give you another thing that we have been also doing some workshops, and we're going to have on December 11th on the City Hall, ADA for the American Disability Act, a workshop in the morning for small businesses, because sometimes we would like to inform and create awareness about what to do to avoid, to go with the law, what you need to do and be fair and get protected too, to your business. And we have before a really cool, that's one of my words today, cool, a really cool workshop, because that's a word that I got from that day from some kids, because it was about cybersecurity. We were sharing about how to protect the families from internet, to create awareness, because sometimes you see them in the computer but you don't know what they're doing, and sometimes, and just to share some tools and some things and some opinions about how to be aware, what are they doing, what are they navigating on the internet, the parental controls. And because, at the end, we are in this century, in this technology era, that we need to get along. We don't need to feel old about technology. Even sometimes I was feeling like that when I see my 9-year-old, that he knows better how to do things with my iPhone. But, we need to get along with technology, and that's one of the goals from that workshop, and it went well. It went well, and if you have any suggestion for legislation for next year, this is a great period for suggestions before the year starts. And also, if you have any suggestion about any particular community issue that you would like us to guide you, like, for example, the one that we just have with cybersecurity, we're more than open. And other thing, also, if you want to call us, we have been doing workshops for seniors about unclaimed property. There is a lot of money that people don't know that it's there waiting for them, that you forgot you have a bank account, or even I didn't know that, from escrow things and insurance. And this week we were at a senior center in Simi Valley before we did one before here in Santa Clarita, and it's amazing. It's a surprise how the people, they forgot, or they don't even know how much money they have. There was a particular case from a person, they got from $1.50 on up to $10,000. So if you need help and assistance with that, please do not hesitate in contacting us. Thank you so much for having me, and wish you the best for the rest of the year and then year to come.